thing going one way or another. My name is Law Nation, L-A-W Nation. Really appreciate you all. Let's talk about expectations. A lot of people have so high of an expectation of Dak Prescott that they don't see the whole complete picture. And I know it's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. But did Dak Prescott play above his expectations or below it? I just want to know that, because there lies the question. A lot of people think that Dak Prescott is a guy that's supposed to be able to walk on water. I know he had 4 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys. I think he made collectively, not try to get into the man's pocket, $4 million, 4.7, something around that nature, right? So what I want to tell people is stop comparing him to Carson. Stop comparing him to a Jared Goff or whoever it may be, a Pat Mahomes of the world, right? A Lamar Jacksons, all of those guys, because at the end of the day, he played, I believe, dare I say, above his expectations. Now, you can have expectations out of somebody and say, well, depending on the team that surrounded him or around him, he should be playing at this particular level. But I can tell you, if you look back at his stats, if you look back at everything from A to Z, you would say to yourself, man, what a bargain, what a deal, what a great opportunity we had, and we kind of wasted. We wasted it. Because here's the thing, everybody, whenever Dak Prescott started talking about his contract and these sorts of things, the news I meant to say, when they started talking about Dak Prescott's contract, everybody started pulling up, well, he didn't win the game when it needed to win. You see, when we needed him the most to win the certain games, he didn't perform. And they bring up the Carson Wentz versus Dak Prescott, the last game. And they said, well, Carson Wentz beat the Dallas Cowboys with no wide receivers. I want them to go back to look at that game. In the Philadelphia's offense, they don't rely on their wide receivers anyway. They don't. Utilizing Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, that's how they won the game. I think the wide receivers caught 1 or 2 passes. And then there's a screen pass, and it was the running back that won the game. People that don't know football, that don't watch football, will say whatever the pundits say on TV. But I encourage people to go back and watch the game. That's why I spend majority of my time communicating and talking to Cowboys fans. Eagles fans know it. They sit back and they come back to me and say, Law, man, you know what? You OG, fam, you run 100% right on this. And I tell them, yep. Because when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, it wasn't about fly, Eagles, fly. It was run, Eagles, run. Utilizing the middle of the field, play action, and being able to utilize that system. System won of that game. The games that they won when it needed the most, that little stretch, it wasn't just Carson. It was not just him last season. It was the running back showing up, and it was also Zach Ertz, and it was the defense stepping it up in pivotal moments and pivotal times. So people will only look at one side of the coin and say, well, Dak Prescott is trash. Dak Prescott don't win games when it means the most or what have you. They throw this number out too. You say, well, the Dallas Cowboys versus a team that's above 500. They like to throw that stat around. It's kind of funny to me because this was the only year that they utilized that particular saying. They didn't say it last year, they didn't, well, the year before last, and they didn't say it in 2017 and 16. I wonder why. It's always a narrative. I encourage you all to do your homework and see how many teams above 500 Matthew Stafford's won against, right? Or even, dare I say, an Aaron Rodgers, you see. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Yes. Oh, Law. What about, hey, these guys deserve to get their bag and these sort of things. Name me this right here. How many playoff victories Matthew Stafford got? How many, I guess, divisional titles Matthew Stafford got? Matt Ryan, although he went to the Super Bowl up 28-3 and all of a sudden lost. What have they done? So even Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, what have they done on a consistent level? Bring up everything. Don't just cookie cut this thing out and say, okay, here's all the stats. Because it's quite funny to me that nobody is going out there saying, you know what? Jordan Howard, he ran this amount of yards or what have you, and he's not being consistently compared to an Ezekiel Elliott, or any other running back that's running and doing their thing that was not drafted in the first round. You don't hear them consistently compared to Ezekiel Elliott, you see. For anybody that don't want Dak Prescott and don't like the system, then I say the only moment for this team to ever have an opportunity to draft a good quarterback was when they selected Ezekiel Elliott. You see, so if you love Carson Wentz, if you love Jared Goff, then I have to say this team should have been in the sweepstakes by sitting there saying, we're going to move up from the 4th overall draft pick in 2016 and get our quarterback then. They had their time. They had their play at it. So what I'm saying is that right now, the opportunity and the moment of time, just relax. I can't say this enough. I can't stress this enough. I spend more times explaining to Cowboys fans opposed to the Eagles, the Washington team, the New York Giants, the Green Bay Packers, the 49er fans, the Baltimore Raven fans. Look, to me personally, it's our own Cowboy fans that throw out the crazy, numb stuff that goes like nowhere. I get more respect from the outside than from within. And it also states that even this word that Stephen A. Smith coined and everybody's using it now, delusional, it's so crazy to me to say this, but dog it, I think Stephen A. Smith is right. Our fan base, collectively speaking, are so delusional that they will sit back and witness the 4 years of Dak Prescott and say to themselves, man, he's trash, he's garbage. And not looking at the fact that the guy came in not to be the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He came in to be a developmental guy, you see. He came in and it was by chance that he got that position. It was by an opportunity and a stroke of luck for Tony Romo to go down, Kellen Moore to go down. You see, dare I say, a Jameis, what's his name? Not Jameis, forgot his name. His name is Jamil, what's it, Jamil? What's the guy's name? Y'all put it down. Showers. The Showers guy went down. You see, Jamil Shower, I believe that's his name. All of those guys had to go down for Dak Prescott to get the opportunity. And I think that they even brought in what they brought in? It's been so long. Mark Sanchez. He brought in all of those guys. And Dak Prescott still remains the quarterback of this team. Never missed a game, always stayed in the game, and we've been in pretty much majority of the games. And for the 4 years that he's been here, going into his 5th year, he had one less playoff victory than a guy that been here for 14 years or 13 years, or however long Tony Romo been here. And for anybody to say, well, he's not worth the grain of salt, I'm not the brightest man in the world, but if you got one playoff victory compared to somebody who been here for 13 to 14 years and they only had 2, I think that that's a major improvement. Now, here I will say this. I'm the hugest Tony Romo, one of the biggest Tony Romo fans out there. And I was with the belief that in 2016, just maybe, Tony Romo can jump back on this thing and get us on and win the Super Bowl and these sorts. But it didn't happen. It's water under the bridge. That's a end of a day, end of a chapter type of conversation. However, the quarterback that we got right now with number 4 on his back, I tell you this, we got a coach They can identify with his struggles. They can also maximize his strength. And then on top of that, he's not going to be relegated just to Dak Prescott. He's going to help out the running game, because at the end of the day, for those who out there who remember Eddie Lacy, who ate all of the donuts and all of the hamburgers and French fries, if Eddie Lacy was able to get out of that particular offense over 1,200 yards, don't you think that Ezekiel Elliott can say, okay, I can match that? Now, we're talking about Eddie Lacy. Come on, man. We're talking about Lacy. So we got Ezekiel Elliott and we have a Tony Pollard. They didn't have those type of weapons in Green Bay land. We got weapons. And we got the coaching staff that can utilize all of that. Speaking of defense, I'm going to jump over to this thing. I think that this defense will be hungry, and I love the fact my brother from another mother, D-Law, I told everybody, hey, pump the brakes a little bit. Don't think that he's going to come back out here after the shoulder situation and say, okay, let me get 10, 15 sacks. Let me just get him on in there like that. No. D-Law said, you know what? All off season, I wasn't pumping no weight. I wasn't lifting nothing. I had the shoulder situation. I came back week 1. I played throughout the whole entire year. Yes, I only had 5 sacks, and I also stopped. I was good against the run. But this offseason, Cowboy Nation, guess what? He in the weight room. Right after the Super Bowl, he going to be hitting that weight room. Grinding. Getting his things together. Full strength. Y'all going to see the return of the Laws. And then we're going to have a bigger body inside, too. I think that they're going to help that out, too. He's going to have somebody to help him out from the interior. And yes, we did talk about Robert Quinn, the Cobra Man. He's going to be fully locked-loaded. So this defense is going to be a little bit better than what it was last year. I'm looking at this defense. We can have a top 5 defense. I really believe so. I really believe so. We got the players. I'm not worried about the DBs. I think that this team is going to find the right DB. On top of that, we're going to dance a little bit. We're going to dance a little bit when they get to that free agency period. We are. We got 26 free agent guys out there. And trust me, this new coaching staff, they don't know these guys like that. So they're not going to be all in love. They're not. They're not going to be all in love with it. And on top of that, they're going to go out there and pick and get their guys. They're going to do that. Oh, before I go, shout out to my guy, Jason Witten. We all love him. But I'm thinking that if it's been this long before the coaching staff said, hey, you're signed for another year, I believe, I really do believe that they're going to figure out this thing with the tight end. And last I checked, Green Bay Packers know how to look at some tight ends. So we're going to be okay, Cowboy Nation. Let's stop complaining about Dak Prescott. He is the leader of this team. Regardless of how you guys feel about the contract, regardless of how you guys feel about the style of play, the team says he's the heart and soul. He's the heart and soul. Ezekiel Elliott said he's the heart and soul. Dak Prescott, Rain Dakota Prescott. So I want you guys to pump back or push back your expectations and say that, hey, we got us a quarterback. We got us one. It may not be the prettiest quarterback. He may not pass to the level of Aaron Rodgers. He may not be a Joe Montana. He may not ever be a Tony Romo. He may not ever be a Troy Aikman. But damn it, he's our quarterback. And we won games with him. On top of that, the guy never had a losing season as it relates to Dak Prescott under center. So you got to put that into your mental mindset. Oh, Law, do you want to pull some more facts? Since 2016, don't you know that I believe that there is only probably 2 quarterbacks with more wins than Dak Prescott? Tom Brady, and Russell Wilson. So the market is the market, Cowboy Nation. The market is the market. This kid is going to get anywhere from 33 to maybe 37 to 38 million dollars. Oh, Lord. Man, you crazy for supporting that. Derek Carr got his money, and at the time, people failed to realize the 25 million, whatever the Carr brother first name is, Derek or David, the 25 million at that time was record breaking. But it was I'm telling you guys, it was a new market setting, because what after that happened, you had Garoppolo, who only played 5 games to get 28 to 29 million, whatever it may be. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm going off of my mental mind. Not Carson, but the cousin kid. I think he got what, 28 million, 29 million, of consecutive franchise tags. Guaranteed money. It was like 88 or 87 million guaranteed money. Oh, then your boy, he reset the market. I believe Aaron Rodgers got the 33 mil. He reset the market. Then right after Aaron Rodgers reset the market, I could be wrong on the time frames, but after Aaron reset the market, your boy Russell went back in and double reset the market like 35. And then that's when you had your other guys to come into the mix. And I could be wrong a little bit with the Aaron Rodgers. He could have signed right before David Carr got his money. But the reality of it is this right here, Cowboy Nation. This team will be okay. Just wait and see. I know a lot of people gonna say, well, Lord, hold on, man. We've been waiting for 25 years. But out of the 25 years, how many head coaches that we had was qualified? Only one. And that was Bill Parcells. How many years Bill Parcells been with this team, Cowboy Nation? Oh, he only been with this team for 3 years. His experience is still in this team, right? His fingerprints is still what we go back and say when Bill Parcells was here. He only was here for 3 years. So within the 25 years, this will be the second qualified head coach to be in Dallas, believe it or not. Let that sink into your mental, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really do thank you all for yours. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, let that neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. I'm out. Peace.